have a rare treat for you in this video. This fragrance is so unique and I have so much to say about it that I decided to dedicate a full review, a full video, a complete video to this fragrance. It's the latest creation from the French niche house Maison Crivelli, and I cannot wait to tell you all about this. Hi my lovelies, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance review. In this video, I want to talk about the latest creation from one of my favorite French exclusive niche fragrance houses, Maison Crivelli, and they have released a new fragrance. This is, of course, Tuberose Astrale. You guys, this fragrance is so unique. Let me start there, but let me get it out of the packaging first. So here it is. It's their usual packaging and same identical bottles that all of their fragrances come in, which I think is very slick and very neat and clean cut. So here is the bottle. Obviously, as you can tell from the name, it's a tuberose fragrance. I don't know about you guys, but tuberose is one of my favorite, all-time favorite white floral notes in perfumes. Jasmine is another one of my favorites. Tuberose is a close second. I would say neck and neck. And I have some yellow florals that I love, like, you know, ylang ylang, so on and so forth. But tuberose is right up there when it comes to floral notes. So when I heard that one of my favorite niche houses has released a tuberose fragrance, I had to get my hands on it. So glad to have this in my hands. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me tell you something. I can smell it from here. Maison Crivelli makes the most nuclear fragrances I have ever come across. Usually, people refer to this as beast mode, which I don't really like that term because that implies kind of like in your face, you know, unpleasant, or I don't know, it has negative connotations. But when it comes to Maison Crivelli fragrances like Hibiscus Magic, now that one is nuclear, but it's such a pleasing scent. So it's like win-win, you know, so it pleases people. It's a huge compliment getter, but at the same time it projects to the other end of the room and leaves a massive sillage, which is why you get compliments, because people actually can smell you from miles away. But it's so pleasing that it's not something you should be afraid to wear because it projects so well. So I was hoping that this was the same, and let me tell you, it is nuclear. It's nuclear. It's my scent of the day, obviously, but let me spray it one more time. Wow, you guys. This is so amazingly unique. That's the one thing I love about Maison Crivelli fragrances, because you can be guaranteed that you've never smelled it anywhere else, you know? I'm so sick of like fragrances that smell the same, you know, all the time. Even niche houses seem to produce a lot of fragrances that can be duped. There's no dupe for this. There is no dupe for this. You guys, this is such a beautiful, natural, sparkling, honeyed tuberose that is in contrast with this velvety leather accord. So I think there is suede in this fragrance. You guys know how I feel about a beautifully done suede note in fragrances. It gives the most luxurious, expensive smelling leather accord to fragrances, and it just adds this sexiness with the luxurious feel. So that velvety, the leather cord in here is so velvety, like it's a velvety leather. It's almost like, I almost feel like I can also smell a little velvet, you know? It's absolutely beautiful. And to add it to all, there's this slight warmth from warm spices like cinnamon. So there may be other spices, but it's the cinnamon that I smell the most. That tuberose smells a little bit honeyed. That comes from the osmanthus note. In here, osmanthus is this yellow floral that has a bit of like an apricot honey kind of scent to it. So that's where that honeyed nuance comes from. There's a slight bit of sweetness. It's very, very subtle. Maybe there's a honey note as well, but I don't think it's listed. But the tuberose is definitely a beautiful, sparkling, honeyed tuberose with that velvety, velvety leather. I'm sure, and there's a bit of musk too, which is a must. You know, I always say musk is a must when it comes to a sexy fragrance. The sparkling honeyed tuberose in here is not your average synthetic smelling bubblegummy tuberose at all. If you ask me if I can compare this to any fragrance I know, honestly, there isn't anything that I can think of that I can compare this fragrance to, because it's that unique. If you ask me what I compare hibiscus maja to, those of you who have it, you know there's nothing else like it. There's just nothing I can tell you that smells like it, okay? So this is very difficult for me to come up with anything that even remotely comes close to it. Yeah, no, you guys, not really. So I'm sorry I can't help you that way, but I will say that it's not a bubblegummy tuberose that you get like millions of, okay? It's not that. It's a beautiful, very natural, honeyed, sparkling tuberose in contrast with that beautiful velvety leather note. Well, leather's accord, suede note. When I first received it, I sprayed it and I got in the car, and for the first like 30 minutes or so, I smelled that gorgeous warm cinnamon, warmth of the cinnamon. It was beautiful with the tuberose. So you smell the tuberose the most, that beautiful sparkling honey tuberose. And actually in the opening you smell that cinnamon, the warmth of the cinnamon bark, like in the opening quite nicely. And then as it dries down, the cinnamon kind of moves away a little bit. It's still there in the background, and then you get that honeyed sparkling tuberose even more intensified because it's now reacting with your skin chemistry, because this fragrance is really great to mesh with the skin chemistry. So it becomes this lovely, more soft kind of tuberose. And then in the completely dries down, you get that like that velvety leather note, leather accord, that suede note loses the strength. I know initially it's pretty strong, but on the dry down it becomes so beautifully like smooth, you know, like meshed with that lovely tuberose. So yeah, it's the dry down is my favorite. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you something very, very, very important. You have to listen to me carefully. Do not overspray this fragrance, because it's absolutely a nuclear powerhouse, okay? You overspray this and douse yourself with this, you have only yourself to blame when it becomes overwhelming, because this will become overwhelming if you overspray. There's nothing glamorous about overspraying fragrances, you guys. I understand if you had a particularly weak fragrance, you know, that's absolutely horrible, wouldn't last more than an hour. So I see all these IG stories and whatnot and YouTube, people just like, you know, showing them spraying fragrances like all over and on the legs and everything. It is very unsophisticated. You don't want to smell like, you know, like a perfume refinery, you know what I mean? Like, What you do when you do that is you kill the perfume. You take the artistry away from a fragrance, especially a strong, properly blended with the highest concentration of oil fragrance like this. Now this is an extrait, which means this has a whopping 30% oil concentration, between 25 to 30%, but I'm pretty sure this has 30% oil concentration. There is no reason to overspray this fragrance. And if you do, you have only yourself to blame. And it is not something to be, like I said, feeling proud about, to overspray a fragrance just for the sake of it, right? So beautiful fragrance. Guess what I did today when I sprayed it on? Dab, like spray, 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 done. Tiny sprays. They were actually half sprays. So half spray, half spray, half spray, half spray. That is it. And I'm still leaving a massive sillage. My husband, I walked by him and he was like, "Woo, you smell amazing." Actually, the first day I wore this, when it first arrived, like I said, I sprayed it, I got in the car, and he was like, the whole car filled with this scent. And I didn't even overspray, okay? And he's like, "I can definitely smell what you're wearing today. It's beautiful." You know, especially as we were driving more, a little bit longer, he said, "Oh, that one's starting to smell even better." This is like a fine wine, you guys. And by the way, I ask you to let this macerate. Let this fragrance, if you get it, like when it arrives, let it sit. Let it sit. Don't open it, don't touch it. Let it sit, I don't know, 3-4 days, if you can help it, like a week. So yeah, let it sit, because it's very important, especially when it comes to fragrances with leather accords like this. It's very important you let it macerate, okay? And then the longer you have it on your shelf, the better it will smell, I promise you. And oh my gosh, that leather is so darn gorgeous in here. It's the most smooth, velvety leather. Whew, beautiful, beautiful velvet leather. Chef's kiss, absolute perfection. Oh my God, I love this house. You guys know I have my Maison Crivellis over there. My Hibiscus Marjan is still my number one. This is a very close, like they're like neck and neck, like that, like right there. Only because I'm a bigger rose lover than I am a tuberose lover. So that one intrigues me even more, and that is so unique. I never smelled like, you know, rose drenched with vanilla that smells like a hibiscus because of the spearmint and leather in that. Oh, that one is another great one that used leather so well. This is one of those fragrances, just kind of like cherry oud. You know, when I first got Guerlain cherry oud, I didn't give it a chance. I sprayed it right away, didn't let it macerate, didn't let it sit, didn't none of that. And I just sprayed it and made a snap judgment. This is one of those fragrances that you cannot rush, okay? Don't make a snap judgment. Let it sit, wear it multiple days, and please, 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 sparingly wear, spray sparingly. Just dab, 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 dab. Done. Half sprays. This fragrance lasts forever on skin and clothes. Like, it'll last 24 hours if you didn't shower. And if you did shower, you will still smell it on your skin. And clothes, it'll take a couple of washes for you to take that scent completely out of the clothes. I don't recommend spraying this on your clothes because it's so potent, it's concentrated. And the other thing is, this reacts so well with your skin chemistry. This is one of those fragrances that if you wear it on the skin, it smells better. So my advice is to put a dab, 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 dab behind your ears. That's it. Just behind the ears might just be enough, like half a spray, or you know, spray it on your fingers and just dab, you know, wrists and behind the ears. I don't recommend spraying this on clothes Well, one thing, because it's a very high concentration of oil, I don't want you to damage your clothes. Number two, it'll just be too potent on clothes. I mean, again, you want to have this come out of your skin. I mean, it's so pretty just out of the skin, and you would get just whiffs of it, like, you know, it'll be wafting out of your like wrist, just the half a spray, you know. It's absolutely gorgeous and absolutely a nuclear powerhouse, like I said. So I haven't worn this out and about too much, you guys. I've only worn this out once to dinner, and it was a pretty intimate dinner just with the family, and my husband complimented me on this right away, my daughter too. Like I said, if you want to be complimented on this fragrance, please, please, please do not overspray it, because it's the kind of fragrance that if you overspray, it kills the beauty of the fragrance. It'll become something else that's too strong and too overwhelming, and it'll put people off. You know, they will not be able to really smell the beauty of this fragrance and, you know, appreciate it, how gorgeous it is, because, you know, you're just smacking them in the face. You know, you're not allowing them to actually smell the beauty of the fragrance just meshed with your skin chemistry, you know what I mean? So very, like I said, dab, 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 that's it. There's no bathing yourself with it, and if you do that, that's not how to wear fragrances, you guys. You're killing the fragrances. Now, I have a special offer for this fragrance. I'm very happy to share it with you because I feel privileged to have access to this special offer. Maison Crivelli is such an exclusive fragrance house that you will not find any kind of offer on this fragrance anywhere. Anywhere, I will promise you that. And you will not find this on discount websites. It's that kind of fragrance house, and this is super exclusive, and I only know of like a couple of websites that have this fragrance, and of the two, this is the where you can get a special offer on this fragrance. You need to look in the description box right below here. There are 3 dots right under the screen. Click them, it'll unfold the description box. In there, I will list the fragrance with the special offer that you can use. Again, because it's a very exclusive fragrance house, it's like a best kept secret. So yeah, this is blowing my mind, you guys. I really have nothing else to say other than what I said. It's a beautifully honeyed tuberose with that velvety leather that gives it the most luxurious, expensive bee vibes, okay? Whew. And it smells super feminine. If you overspray this fragrance, it will change the scent. It will smell like something else. It will be way too strong. If you really want to smell the beautiful, gorgeous, sparkling honeyed tuberose, spray the way you're meant to spray an extrait fragrance. Half a spray behind your ears, maybe on your wrist. That's it. No going like down your legs. Please don't do that with any fragrance, really, unless it's like a super weak fragrance. I see no reason for that. And people, you ruin a beautiful, refined creation when you overspray like this, because then it becomes overwhelming, and all people are going to smell is the fact that you smell like a perfume refinery. They're not going to appreciate the beautiful nuances in that fragrance because you're not allowing them to, because you're slapping them in the face with the fragrance. Why do that? Why do you want to be in people's faces? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So anyway, yeah, especially extrait fragrances, you guys, sparingly, okay? Just little bit, half sprays. So Maison Crivelli Tuberose Astrale. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, the special offer is down in the description box, and that offer is on Twisted Lily website. So go down to see, there's something in there that you need to get the special offer, okay? So go check it down in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Please go on over to my other channel, my other beauty channel, mainly focused on makeup, Cleo Luxe Life. I'm sorry you guys, I couldn't upload my Natasha Denona Berry Pop video last Tuesday. But this Friday, my next upload date for that channel, this Friday, 9 a.m. you will get that video, so go check it out. That collection gave me one of the most stunning makeup looks I've ever created. It's the makeup look I'm wearing in my last video, which is the video I did reviewing the entire Guerlain, which is the video I did reviewing the entire Eau de Parfum collection from the Guerlain L'Art de la Matière collection. So go check that video out. That's the makeup look I'm wearing. I will be showing you how to do that on that channel, Cleo Luxe Life, on Friday 9 a.m. Please go on over there, subscribe and show some support. I will see you guys in my next video.